Hey YouTube, what's up? You're watching Ring Rants, and we're here to talk about a few matches for Sunday's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Just announced is a pre-show kickoff match, a fatal 4-way for a slot in the Royal Rumble match itself. Now, I don't know if whoever gets the pin gets to be in the match, or if the team who wins gets to be in the match.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's an interesting stipulation.
Yeah.
So basically, obviously, of course, the losers, they're not in the match. But yeah, like you just said, whoever wins, I wonder. Yeah, that's a good question. If the winning team will all be in the match, or whoever just gets the pin.
Right.
So, what would you think would be more likely?
That both members of the team would get in.
Okay, and so who's in the match?
Darren Young and Damien Sandow have been thrown together as a team. I'm surprised the primetime players aren't together. For
Interesting.
Reason, but since they've been pushing Titus on his own, I can see why.
And what are the other teams?
The Ascension, the Dudley Boys, and
we got
Mark Henry and Jack Swagger.
That's an odd pairing.
I thought Mark Henry was already in the match, and then they took him out to make room, so maybe he'll win his spot back.
I really do like the stipulation a lot, because usually the pre-shows are just not that great. I mean, okay, every once in a while they could be cool, but just because the wrestler's on the pre-show doesn't mean they're necessarily a bad wrestler. It's just that there's so many wrestlers on the main roster that you can't have everyone main eventing or in the mid or higher cards. But that being said, there's a lot of times where I don't really care about the pre-show. But since they threw the stipulation in, I care just a tad more. How about you?
Yeah, now I kind of want to see Sandow win so he can be in the Rumble match. Not that he's going to win, but I still want to see him.
Yeah, I'm just happy this guy's getting TV time. Where the hell has he been for the past how many months?
A long time.
So he's finally in a match. I'm happy about that. Maybe finally he'll be returning to TV on a regular basis. And I don't understand, man. This guy was getting such a big push about a year ago, and he was a fan favorite. He probably still is, but the problem is that the WWE, they're afraid to push certain guys, or they push them to a degree, but then they don't capitalize a lot of times on their momentum, and then they just disappear.
Yeah, they don't do anything with, since he's not doing the Mizdow gimmick anymore, and
that was hilarious.
Yeah, so, but who knows? And they'll probably end up giving the win to the Dudleys.
You think so?
Unfortunately, probably. Even though we only had Bubba Ray was in the Royal Rumble match last year, so you don't really need them both in there, but whatever.
Yeah, it just seemed like, alright, the Ascension and Dudley Boys obviously make sense because they're tag teams, but Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, Darren Young, and Damien Sandow, it just seems like random pairings, just two random faces, two random heels. Although, Jack Swagger and Mark Henry, they're, I guess, faces?
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're not, like, super faces. It's hard to tell with Mark Henry. He's such a flip-flopper. He's kind of like the Big Show. He goes from heel to face, heel to face, heel to face, face to heel. So, I mean, right. It's just, it's hard to get too invested in a guy who keeps flip-flopping all the time, in my opinion. It just doesn't make any sense. I do like Jack Swagger. But, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of his, but I just love saying, "We, the people." And again, I'm very happy to see Damien Sandow back. This guy deserves more than just a pre-show, but hey, at least it's something. At least it's something. How amazing would that be if he and Darren Young win it? I think the crowd would go crazy to see Sandow in the main event, or in the Royal Rumble. I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so I'm hoping.
So who's your pick to win it?
Hopefully And
if you think about it, 3 to 4 teams, are faces. The only heel team is the Ascension. So that's interesting in that aspect. Yeah, I would love to see Damien Sandow and Darren Young win it. I don't know, like, really how much it would do if, or how much it would benefit the WWE if the Dudley Boys win it. I mean, they've been there, they've done that. Yeah, from a nostalgia perspective, it's exciting, and the crowd will be happy to see that. But last year, Bubba Ray was in the Rumble. Now, granted, he wasn't with Devon. R-Truth took that spot. But still, he was in it last year. He doesn't need to be in it again this year. There's really not much of a point for him to be in it. In my opinion, as much as I love the Dudley Boys, they're a classic tag team. They're awesome. But it's time to give other guys a chance. The Ascension, I don't really care for them. I don't hate them, but I don't care for them. They haven't really done much with these guys, and they're kind of boring on the mic, in my opinion. Yeah. Jack Swagger, yeah, another guy who's kind of boring too, aside from the We the People chant. The crowd gets into that. I'm not a huge Mark Henry fan, but he's had a great career. And again, if he gets in the Rumble, I mean, he's been there before. And I know, I understand Sandow's probably been there before, but at least a few times, right?
Maybe, but
still, I mean,
in recent memory, we really want to see Damien Sandow.
I think it would just benefit. I think it would be more interesting if they have the winning team in there that the crowd really wants to see. Yeah. Darren Young, I'm not like a huge fan of his, but I like him.
But I dropped the ball to primetime players, so you kind of want to see him do something.
So I mean, yeah, as much as I'd love to see Darren Young and Damien Sandow win, I got this weird feeling that they're not going to win. I think Mark Henry and Jack Swagger are going to win it, just because Mark Henry was initially in the match and then pulled out of it, and then if he wins, then I could see him winning his way back in it. It's kind of weird how they did that. Like, you put him in the match and then you take him out, and then I could see him possibly winning his way back in.
Yeah, since he's the biggest guy in the match, so.
That being said, I really like to see Sandow and Darren Young win.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Henry and Jack Swagger. That's a weird pairing. It really is.
I'm still going to go with Darren Young and Damien Sandow as the shock factor. So
let us know your thoughts. Are you excited for the Rumble? The Rumble is definitely one of my favorite events of the year. Even though this is just a pre-show, for once I'm actually just a tad more interested in it. Like I said earlier, just because of this stipulation. I think most likely it would be the winning team would be put in a Rumble. I can't see them just have the guy who gets the pin in the Rumble. I would imagine it would be the winning team. Yeah. Who knows for sure, but let us know what you think. Do you think it would be the winning team or the guy who gets the pin? Who do you want to see win? Who would you like to see win? Let us know if you agree with me, agree with him. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. I'll be putting links to our pages, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Any last thoughts?
It's got to be a good, interesting match now that you know that somebody has potential to pull a number in the Royal Rumble. So.
What do you mean?
Well, if they win the match, they get to be in the Rumble match itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you said pulled a number.
Or they pull a number.
Oh, yeah. That is pretty cool.
So we'll see what happens.
So thanks for watching.
See ya.